You ever enter a race and go out in the first round and never get to see your car again? Happens to me all the time. So anyway, I figured since we have these cars, we'll just go ahead and run them on the other track, the older 18-foot track. So I figured I'd just take one racer, race him against everybody. Do the same for everybody. So we'll start with Triple B. We'll let him race Ragtag Jim. He goes, pretty good show. 2.079 to a 2.176. Lanes are swapped. Let's do it again. We got 2.089 to a 2.220. Okay, we're going to leave Triple B on the track and let him go against Uncle Elvis. Here we go. Ooh, Elvis on a big lead. 2.029 to 2.109. Second round. Elvis again. 2.34 to 2.084. Triple B taking on Kelby. Kelby out front. 2.004 to 2.107. Kelby up front. 2.014 to 2.086. Okay, MDG versus Triple B. MDG with a time of 2.053 to 2.111. Swapping the lanes. MDG out front. 2.056 to 2.074. Triple B and Kaboom. Kaboom. 2.000 to 2.110. Second run. Kaboom out front. 1.999 to a 2.108. Triple B taking on Derek, Big Bishop. Bishop, 2.034 to 2.092. Second round. Bishop got him. 2.031 to 2.137. And the final racer for this Triple B and Arlo. Arlo out front. Arlo with the win. 2.021 to a 2.115. Okay, last run. Arlo 2.034 to a 2.087. And that was Triple B from Shredder Speedway. We'll start this one with Ragtag. This will be his run against everybody. Ragtag against Triple B. Cricket. Triple B takes the first one with a 2.133 to a 2.224. Second run. Triple B. 2.116 to a 2.222. Ragtag and Uncle Elvis. Elvis with a big lead. 2.032 to a 2.213. Second run. Elvis once again. 2.051 to a 2.200. Now we have Jib taking on Kelby Wright. Boy, Kelby's gone. 2.011 to a 2.192. Second round for Kelby and Jim. Kelby off to the races. 2.000 to 2.224. MDG, Ragtag Jim. Go. Michael with a 2.053 to a 2.196. Second run for Jim and Michael. Michael out front, 2.063 to a 2.180. Jim versus Derek, Big Bishop. Bishop pulled away, 2.039 to a 2.170. Jim's getting faster. Second run, goes Derek. 2.033 to a 2.216. Jim versus Arlo. Arlo out front with a time of 2022 to 2242. Second round for Arlo and Jim. Arlo 2030 to 2.186. Final run here, we got Kaboom versus Ragtag Jim. Kaboom with a big lead, 2.001 to 2.231. Final run. Kaboom! 1.997 to a 2216. It's Uncle Elvis's time to shine. We got Uncle Elvis taking on Triple B. Here we go. Elvis, 2043 to 2.111. Second round. Elvis, 2042 to 2125. Uncle Elvis and Ragtag Jim. First one. Elvis got it with a time of 2.033 to 2201. Second run. Elvis out front. 2.057 to a 2196. Uncle Elvis versus Michael Mathis, MDG. This should be a good race. Elvis, 2050 to 2063. Second run. Elvis. Oh, Mathis gets it dead of line. 2056 to 2058. Good race. Elvis versus Big Bishop. Close race. Bishop at the line. 2040 to 2057. Lanes are swapped. Bishop, 2041 to 2057. Uncle Elvis versus Kelby Wright. First run. Kelby, 2013 to 2040. Second run, Kelby and Elvis. Kelby, 2018 to 2017. Uncle Elvis versus Arlo. Oh, Arlo with a small lead at the end, 2026 to 2054. Second run. Oh, Elvis got it with a 2032 to a 2036. Good job. Okay, we got Uncle Elvis versus Kaboom. Kaboom with a 2.002 to a 2.30. Oh. Final run between Kaboom and Uncle Elvis. Kaboom with the big lead. 1.996 to a 2.058. It's MDG's turn. First up, Triple B Racing. MDG big lead. 2.055 to 2.144. Second run. Close. Triple B getting the win with a 2071 to 2076. Next run, we have MDG taking on Ragtag Jim. Here we go. Mathis, big lead. Time of 2.74 to a 2235. Second run. Mathis, big lead. 2054 to 2252. Mathis versus Uncle Elvis. Elvis with a lead of 2037 to 2053. Here we go, round two. Close race, Elvis, 2048 to 2.057. MDG versus Big Bishop. Close race, Bishop at the line, 2043 to 2051. Second run, Bishop, 2034 to 2059. Next up, we have MDG versus Kelby Wright. Kelby with the early lead, 2012 to 2054. Michael versus Kelby, one more time. Kelby out front by a car, 2018 to 2048. Here we go, Michael's Diecast Garage against Arlo Racing. Arlo 2027 to 2049. Second run, Arlo and Mike. Arlo 2.020 to 2067. MDG versus Kaboom. Here we go. Boom out front, 2002 to 2041. Last run, here we go. Boom versus MDG. Kaboom! 1.996 to 2046. It's time to put Big Bishop in the spotlight. Gonna be racing Triple B. Bishop with a time of 2.036 to 2122. Second round for Triple B and Big Bishop. Bishop 2.038 to 2115. Bishop versus Ragtag Jim. Bishop out front 2036 to 2198. Final run for these two. Bishop big lead 2037 to 2260. Bishop versus Uncle Elvis. Bishop by car 2029 to 2052. Second run for these guys. Bishop at the line 2036 to 2051. Bishop and MDG. Bishop. Ooh, that was a close race. 2038 to 2041. Let's see if Michael can sneak one out here. Let's go. Oh, Bishop with the win. 2034 to 2050. Okay, we have Big Bishop and Kelby Wright. Bishop in yellow. Here we go. Kelby out front by a fender. 2.022 to 2033. Second race. Close. Kelby got him. 2010 to 2040. Bishop, if you wanted it or not, taking Arlo. Close race. Arlo at the line. 2.027 to 2041. Second run. Arlo by a fender. 2026 to 2028. Very good race. Bishop versus Kaboom. Here we go. Boom by a car. 2006 to 2039. Last round. Here we go. Boom by a car and a half. 2.1.996 to a 2.037. Kelby Wright's turned the spotlight. He'll be driving the red Hummer, taking on Triple B. Here we go, first round. Kelby 2017 to a 2.103. Second race. Kelby out front. Kelby goes on 2.14 to 2.085. Kelby versus Ragtag Jim. Kelby out first. Cat on the track. Oh my goodness. Okay, Kelby wins that one with a 2.010 to a 2.202. Cat on the track. Doesn't happen every day, does it? Here we go, round two. Kelby 2.230 to a 2.185. Kelby and Elvis. Kelby 2.015 to a 2.035. Okay, second run for these two guys. Kelby 2.20 or 2.020 and a 2.051. Kelby and MDG. Kelby 2.002 to a 2.059. Second run for Kelby and MDG. Kelby takes it. Kelby and Big Bishop. Kelby in one, Bishop in two. Kelby out front, 2.017 to a 2.037. Lanes are swapped. Kelby, big hit, big crash, 2.006 to 2.040. That's why you need a stop back. Kelby taking on Arlo. Here we go. Kelby out front with a time of 2.017 to 2.034. Second run, here we go. Kelby's very lead. He gets it 2.013 to 2.023. Kelby versus Kaboom. Here we go. Close race. Boom at the line. 1.995 to a 1.998. Awesome race. Final race for Kaboom and Kelby. Boom by a fender. 1.996 to a 2.005. Good racing. The spotlight now is on Arlo Racing, taking on Triple B. Arlo out front, 2.020 to a 2.119. Second run for these two. Arlo, 2.30 and a 2.093. Arlo versus Ragtag Jim. Arlo coming out of lane 1. Smoking the track with a 2.019 to a 2.219. Second run for these two. Arlo out front. 2.028 to a 2.167. Arlo versus Uncle Elvis. Here we go. Close. Oh, wobble for Elvis. 2.029 to 2.072. Second run. Close race. Elvis at the line, or I'm sorry, Arlo at the line. 2.026 to 2.034. Awesome race. Elvis taking on Big Bishop. The spotlight now is on Arlo Racing, taking on Triple B. Arlo out front. 2.020 to a 2.119. Second run for these two. Arlo, 2.30 and a 2.093. Arlo versus Ragtag Jim. Arlo coming out of lane 1. Smoking the track with a 2.019 to a 2.219. Second run for these two. Arlo out front, 2.028 to a 2.167. Arlo versus Uncle Elvis. Here we go. Close. Oh, wobble for Elvis. 2.029 to 2.072. Second run. Close race. Elvis at the line, or I'm sorry, Arlo at the line. 2.026 to 2.034. Awesome race. Elvis taking on Big Bishop. Arlo taking on Big Bishop. Arlo at the line, 2.021 to a 2.030. Second run for these two. 2.029 to a 2.040. Uncle Elvis, or I'm sorry, Arlo versus Kelby Wright. Awesome race. Kelby at the line, 2.024 to 2.026. Boy, that was some close racing. Let's see if we can do it again. Oh yeah, Kelby, 2.011 to 2.035. Arlo versus Kaboom. Okay, here we go. Arlo in 1, Kaboom in 2. Kaboom with a 2-second flat to a 2.021. Okay, here we go. Final run for these two. Boom out front with a 2.003 to 2.032. Kaboom's turn. Triple B Racing versus Kaboom. Kaboom out front. 1.990 to a 2.076. Race number 2 against Triple B. Kaboom, big block. 2.002 to 2.070. Kaboom and Ragtag. Kaboom. 1.997 to 2.191. Second run. Kaboom. With a 1.999 to a 2.182. Kaboom and Uncle Elvis. Here we go. Boom out front by a car. 2.008 to 2.040. Second run. Boom. 1.991 to a 2.043. Kaboom and Big Bishop. Boom by car, 2.001 to 2.034. Second round for Bishop and Boom. Boom out front with a 1.987 to a 2.029. Kaboom and MDG. Kaboom with early lead. Kaboom for the win. 2.011 to 2.047. Second run. Boom. With a 1.993 to 2.057. Kaboom versus Kelby. Close race. Kaboom. With a 1.991 to 2.008. Second run. Kelby gets him at the line with a 1.999 to 2.001. Check that out. Good job. Okay, we got Kaboom versus Ordo. Nope. Kaboom with a 2.002 to 2.021. Final race, here we go. Kaboom with a 1.997 to a 2.024. And there we go. I would like to thank everybody for racing with us at the Uncle Elvis Invitational. And hopefully we'll see you back next year.